Welcome to a Monday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. I hope y'all had a fantastic weekend. Football was not very good. LSU sort of sludged their way through that win over ULM on Saturday, and then Sunday the Saints just got absolutely pasted. Yeah, it happens sometimes in the NFL where you have bad matchups. There's a bad mismatch, for whatever reason it may be. Well, that's all I wanted to do. You may have a bad matchup for whatever reason in the NFL, and that certainly seems to be the case right now with the Eagles. It's 2 years in a row now. The Saints have gone on the road to Philly and lost to Jalen Hurts, and that dominant Saints run defense just has no answer for that running game. And I don't know what to say, man. I mean, that was one of those where the offense had the same issues the offense has been having. I mean, there's no question. But, in today's NFL, when you only give up 147 pass yards and you get crushed the way the Saints got crushed, I mean, the Saints didn't allow a 100-yard rusher. Miles Sanders had 94. Jalen Hurts had 69. Jordan Howard had 63. Boston Scott had 6 for 16. So Philly ran it 50 times for 242. The Saints went into that game allowing 73 rush yards a game. So, I mean, I don't even know what else to say. Another nice day by Mark Ingram. Ingram averaged over 5 yards a carry. So he has certainly found some juice. But this team, without its starting tackles, without Alvin Kamara, without Taysom Hill, they're not very good. So, someone asked me yesterday, are they a playoff team? And at 5-5, you'd have to say no. It was the whole goal was get to your bye above 500 because you could finish above 500 the rest of the way. Now, I mean, if you finish 500, it's 9-8, and I mean you have to go 4-3 the rest of the way. The next two, you got the Bills and the Cowboys back to back. You have some winnable games for sure. You got Miami, you got the Jets, you got Atlanta on the road, you got Carolina at home. I mean, you can win those four. If you win those four, you finish 9-8. I still don't know if that's good enough to get you in the playoffs, but anyway. All right, let's talk. Let's see what y'all got. Hey, Kelly Gross. Good morning. Jimmy Babin, Kelly Presley, Brandon DeVille. Matt, is LSU interested in Napier? Is the timeline to hire moved up even more with the Florida job available? Good question. I would say yes. LSU does have interest in Billy Napier. As far as the Mullen firing, I'm not so sure that Florida firing Dan Mullen has a great impact on the LSU job, because I don't know that they're really pursuing the same candidates. What I will tell you that I believe to be true is that Florida has interest in Lane Kiffin, and he might even be their top choice, and LSU does not. So that may be how that goes. Maybe not. And, I think Florida will have interest in Napier. Napier will have interest in Florida. But if LSU offers Billy Napier its job, he's going to take it. I mean, he wants the LSU job. We'll see. Hey, Dad, good morning from Kansas City. Laurel says, good morning. So my sister, Alicia, is pregnant with twins. And yesterday, or 2 days ago, her water broke for one of the twins. Now, I didn't know this, but apparently your water could break and you can not be in labor. So that's what's happened. So she's in the hospital now waiting, because if she does go into labor, then you take the babies. So anyway, so my dad flew up to Kansas City to stay with the other kids while my sister and brother-in-law are in the hospital. So anyway, good morning, Dad, and good morning, Laurel. Hope you're having a great day. Laurel's my niece. Robbie White, rumors Riley has informed OU he will be leaving. Who knows? That's Guys, I say this all the time. Like, and the thing that's frustrating for me is whenever people, and I'm not knocking you, Robbie, but when people do stuff like that and the internet's compounded the issue, you end up chasing your tail. Here's what I mean. Like Ross Dellinger tweeted this yesterday, so right on. It's like the rule in coaching searches is believe nothing, consider everything. And the point being is you don't want to have a blind spot, so you vet everything. So I hear something like that, and I'm going to go make 10 calls today trying to see if there's any legitimacy to that, when realistically, there's no legitimacy to that. Why in the hell would Lincoln Riley, right now, while his team is going to play in Bedlam this weekend, if they win, they're in the Big 12 championship game, and if they win that, there's a really good chance they're in the playoff. Why in the hell would Lincoln Riley tell his bosses last week that he's leaving? It makes no sense at all. None. Same reason that people following the flight tracker about the guy flying from Norman, so that had to be Scott Woodward, right? Stupid. Again, I'm not mad at you, Robbie. But no, that's fundamentally ridiculous. The same as people saying Dave Aranda interviewed with Scott Woodward last week. Jared Moe, good morning. Jimmy Babin, should LSU decline a bowl bid if they beat A&M? No, absolutely not. You go play in a bowl. Let those kids play in a bowl. I mean, young guys get a trip somewhere, get to play another football game. Absolutely, you play in a bowl. Now, who coaches them will be interesting, because Ed Ogeron apparently spoke out of turn. When he was fired and they had that Sunday press conference, he was asked if they make a bowl game, would he coach it? He said yes, and apparently he spoke out of turn on that, because my understanding is he will not coach a bowl game. That, whenever the A&M game ends, he's like escorted out. Jason Austin, good morning. Justin Hutchinson, checking in from the Duck Blind, very good. Ricky Lambert, good morning. Chuck Sanchez, what's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck? John Bro, Scott Illuminae. Any chance if Oklahoma wins this week, Scott Woodward will wait till after the Big 12 championship for Riley? I don't think so. I don't think so, Scott. That's it. Now, this is a guess, okay? I think because if you wait and Oklahoma wins and they make the playoff, now you're hiring someone else anyway, right? So no, I don't think so. I think if you want Lincoln Riley to be the coach, you got to pull hard this week for Oklahoma State. Matt Godwin, good morning. Brian Wynn, Sam Bacon, morning, Matt. Napier and Aranda looking at houses, or did Riley get the best one already? If you saw yesterday, I tweeted out, I said, humor me. If LSU misses on its top targets, who would you prefer? And I listed them alphabetically and said Napier, O'Brien, Stoops. Bill O'Brien and Mark Stoops have gained the most traction in the last few days. And all three of those are Jimmy Sexton clients, remember. And Sexton is very good friends with Scott Woodward. Napier's a Sexton client as well. And the tough part is sorting through like what to believe, right? What's accurate and what is just agent fodder. Like, is it possible? I'll give you an example. I think a lot of people know that maybe Bill O'Brien and Nick Saban, that's not been the best marriage so far. Okay, if that's the case, could Jimmy Sexton be floating Bill O'Brien's name in circles to try to help both of them out, right? Nick and Bill. Get Bill a head coaching job and get him away from Nick. Maybe. Maybe so. Or maybe he's a legitimate candidate at LSU. That's where you kind of go, okay, what are people's motivations? But when you start hearing the same thing in all these different circles, that's when you start to go, see, like the Mark Stoops thing. I'd heard Stoops' name a couple of weeks ago. I thought it was just what I just said. That's just an agent floating his name out there to get this guy run. Well, I've heard it from national people. I've heard it from Kentucky people. Now I've heard it from LSU people as well. And I'm like, well, I mean, are they actually considering Mark Stoops? I still find that really hard to believe. And I continue to shake my head at the Aranda thing because I know people are throwing out Aranda, and I have not had anyone, I mean, anyone that I consider a good source at LSU, like rock solid, mention Dave Aranda to me. Nobody. And maybe that means that he's the guy all along and they're just keeping him in the back pocket, never want to say it, maybe. But man, that would blow my mind if they hired Dave Aranda. Not that I think he would do a bad job, just because, I mean, no one has mentioned his name to me. Nobody. Glenn Crowd, morning, Matt. Did the Saints make the playoffs with these injuries? I don't think so. Blake DeVilliers, the 4 coaches you listed last week for the potential replacements, is that holding true? I think Matt Campbell is cooled. I don't believe that will happen. I think, I still maintain Scott's going to call Jimbo one more time. I don't think Jimbo's taking the job, but I think he'll call him. If Lincoln loses to Oklahoma State, I think they make him an offer. And if it's a no from Riley, then I think you're down to probably the 3 I just mentioned. Napier, O'Brien, Stoops. And I would go Napier at that point. Brian Broom, good morning. Why was the LSU assistants at the Peacemo game Friday to watch Archie Blaine? What the hell does that mean? What did I just read? Mark, Sean Payton ruined the season by not starting Taysom Hill. I kind of disagree with that, Mark. Craig Duga, 1 week to go, folks. 1 week. The Edo era is ending, thank God. Ogeron doesn't want to beat A&M. I'll disagree with that. I think he doesn't like Jimbo Fisher. I think he'd like to win that game. Chewy Gutierrez, good morning. Mark Ian Book. Sure. I'll tell you, the people who were eager to get rid of Drew Brees for so many years, careful what you wish for. I'm not saying 42-year-old Drew Brees he'd be better than what the Saints have right now, but it took the Saints nearly 4 decades to find a franchise quarterback. When you get one, ride it till the wheels fall off, y'all. Kobe Duhan, go get Napier before Florida does. They may. Mike Concho. What's up, Mike Concho? Football's well in the house of Scone. Colson, what's up, man? Steve Colson, Napier versus Jimbo. We'll see. Like I said, I do believe Scott will call Jimbo again. I think Jimbo is adamant as he was last week. That's done. He had to be done. Joey Vincent, good morning. Pat Huseman, Shane O'Mac, what's going on? Trivia Carter, out to boot. Brushing my teeth, good morning, Scone. There you go, man. It's about time to get your brine on. You got to brine your bird. You do have to brine your bird. Very good. Tim Gotros, Stu 3, Jacob Hibbert. Sounds like we'll be relying on Okie State to get Riley. Is that right? I think that uncomplicates it. Does that make sense? If Oklahoma wins this week and they're a 1-loss team playing in the Big 12 championship game a week later, I think that that completely complicates. It's the same thing with Les Miles, right? The Miles in '07 when Miles was taking the Michigan job, and then Herb Street had the report, and Les had to address it. Then they beat Tennessee. Then all that crazy crap happened, and Les ends up staying because they're playing for a championship. So, you know. Jesse Brown, morning, Matt. Safe to say this time next week we should know who the coach will be. I think so, Jesse. I do. If not today, like on this Monday, I think, by middle of the week next week. Matt, what would be your number one reason why Woodward doesn't want Kiffin? I think a lot of it's personality. Lane has a reputation of some of the off-field stuff that Ed does too, or that Ed has garnered, let's say. And it may not be the best time for that. Great play caller. Michael Mills. Hey, Matt, this coaching search is rolling downhill no matter what happens. Remember, I love you too. Well, I love you too, Michael Mills. Thank you. That was very kind of you. Ronnie Dugas, what's up, man? Sheldon Adams. Hi, Matt. Can you explain to me why it seems the wide receivers can somehow manage to get open when we were down for 3 quarters? They give us nothing. From South Africa. Hey, Sheldon Adams from South Africa. That's really cool. Thanks for watching down there. Probably defenses playing softer. I mean, I'm not watching the all-22 game film, but that would be my guess. Is you got defenses playing a little softer and with a lead, and they'll kind of give up the underneath stuff and tackle, right? That's sort of the approach. So that'd be my guess. And then you're playing with tempo and slinging it around a little bit. Baby Pluto, what do you think about Sean's decision to kick a field goal while just missing a PAT on the previous drive, still down 2 scores? You did the same thing last week. Honestly, Baby Pluto, I'll be completely honest with you. When it got to 33-7, I was out. I was like, the second half, I really didn't even watch. I mean, I know the Saints charged a little bit in the fourth quarter, but I mean, when they were down 33-7, I was like, yeah, I'm good. Out. I'm going to go file my nails or something. Any chance someone's already agreed to be the new coach? No. Hunter Fournette, you never fully appreciate breathing out your nose till you can't anymore. I know, right? Dude, the problem, Hunter, is I'm assuming you're alluding to the fact that I'm like seasonal changes. My allergies get awful. It's like, especially right when I wake up, it's the worst. So, apologies that it's gross. I'm sorry that y'all have to hear me like snort and snot and all that stuff. Eric Campbell, is LSU getting desperate? Hope not. I don't think so, Eric. I think they have their list and their targets, and you just bide your time to pare down your list based on who's interested and what you're offering and what you're looking for, and then you make your decision. I mean, you can only offer it to one person, so you can only hire one person. So be mindful of that. Let's see. Michael, as you said, it took the Saints 4 decades to find a franchise quarterback. Let's hope it doesn't take nearly that long again. Yeah. It'll be interesting, man, to see what they do in this offseason. Do they commit to Jameis? Do they draft a quarterback? Do they get into the Rodgers, Russell Wilson sweepstakes potentially? That's the obvious choice, right? Is if Aaron Rodgers is available, you find a way to get Aaron Rodgers. Gerald Jr., good morning. First time listening live. Thank you, Gerald Jr. Appreciate that. Eric Campbell, safe to say Mel Tucker is out. Yep. Rapping batches, what's going on? I mean, Eric, I guess you're laughing because of the score, the Ohio State score. And I'll push back a little on that. I mean, of course, Ohio State's better than Michigan State. They have better players. They've had the continued success. Mel Tucker's in year 2. The more amazing thing is that he had them at number 7 in the country in the second to last week of the season. Mel Tucker's going to do really well at Michigan State. He's a good coach. Oh, Hunter Fournette said I was referring to myself. Looks like we're in the same boat, yeah. Ceiling for the Saints, wild card appearance. I think so. I think that's the ceiling is win a wild card game. But at this rate, you're almost certain to play that wild card game on the road, and I don't know how you get there. I mean, I don't know how you get there. I think we'll look back at the Giants and Falcons games and go, that was it. Because if you had those two, you're 7-3. I mean, you still got the Dolphins, the Jets. You'll snag another one somewhere. You get to 10 wins, you'd be in. But let's see. Terrell Guidry, Matt, the terms for the new coach's contract have been worked out. Just waiting to announce. That's not true. Bob Champagne, morning from New Jersey. LSU coaching negotiations at Thanksgiving week always makes me nervous, circa 2016. What's the plan for Scone and T after the season? Think y'all could make any content work? Yeah, I think so, Eric. I think that's the plan to keep it going. Maybe not twice a week, maybe once a week. And I really don't know. We need to have that conversation. We'll probably do it this week, and then next week, assuming that we'll recap A&M, and then I'm sure you have coaching reaction. But anyway, 124 watching on Facebook. Thank you so much. Please smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. 85 or like page share post 85 there on YouTube. Please smash the like button. Much appreciated. Dax Jeter. If O'Brien or Stoops is hired, will your rant on AFR be like when O was hired? Absolutely not, because both of those men have been successful head coaches before. Mark Stoops has won a lot of games for almost a decade in the SEC at a place where it's very hard to win. And Bill O'Brien has been a head coach at both the college and NFL level and has a very impressive resume. If you do the blind resume thing on Bill O'Brien, it's impressive. Coached under Bill Belichick with Tom Brady, was our OC in New England, head coach at Penn State, national coach of the year, head coach and GM of the Texans, won his division 4 times. He's worked with Nick Saban. I mean, he's got an impressive blind resume. I'm sorry, y'all. But I understand the personality thing, why a lot of people don't want Bill O'Brien. That's fine. But no, I mean, I think either of those guys has drastically more success. So, will Hugh Freeze be considered a Power 5 head coaching job again? And Brad asked about Dan Mullen being an OC. Dan Mullen will be a head coach again. He's a good enough play caller and all that sort of stuff. Dan Mullen will be a head coach again. Where? I don't know, but he will be. And Hugh Freeze, Liberty has made a lot of strides to keep him there. They're paying him well. They've got all the facilities. I think, I don't know this, but my guess is for the right opportunity he would leave, but I think it would be a pretty significant opportunity. Liberty's got a lot of money, and they're investing, Stephen Smith, good morning. Reagan Lee, if we get past Riley, why not Kiffin? Kind of went through that already. Kiffin's a no for Scott Woodward, as I understand it. Craig Dugas, I think Aranda was the perfect option when Les was fired. Not so much now. Yeah, I disagree. I don't think you were gonna hire a first-time head coach. But I still don't think. I'm sorry, lost my train of thought. Kirk Taylor, Saints need to get healthy. Yeah. Dax Jeter, is Ogeron losing? Bring Chris Paul in the mix. No, I'm telling y'all, it perplexes me because there's some. Oh, you said Oregon losing. Sorry, I'm automatically lose. Just thought. Automatically, just my brain processes Ogeron. Fans were the only ones that have asked me about Mario Cristobal. Literally, nobody has mentioned Mario Cristobal's name. Jamie Honore, I mean, he's Ogeron 2.0. We got head med coordinator. He had a really bad tenure at FIU. He's the energy guy, the recruiting guy. I mean, he's Ogeron. Jamie Honore, Peyton Blue the season when he didn't go to Phillip Rivers when Jameis Winston went down. Maybe so. Mark, Saints on the outside looking at the playoffs. Got the Bills and the Cowboys next, but the Bills got hammered yesterday, and the Saints have played well on Thanksgiving. You better believe they're going to break out those color rush unis, and I think they might just snag that one on Thanksgiving. Buffalo, like my general rule is when a team has to travel on a short week, I go with the home team. Like Thursday night football, I love home teams on Thursday night football because short week is hard enough. When you got to travel on a short week, that's brutal. And Buffalo getting hammered on the road. I mean, Buffalo was in Indy, got hammered. Now they got to go back to Buffalo. Short week, fly to New Orleans. I mean, I'm sorry. That game was in Buffalo. I'm sorry, they were home. That was in Buffalo. Chandler Watts, Florida should hire Larry Coker so we can continue to kick their ass. 8:20. Let me do a couple more minutes, y'all. Brandon Atchison, how much do y'all want Mullen end up as the OC next year for safety? As always, I'll shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. You need an orthopedist, go see Brock. They're just the best for whatever subspecialty. Knees, elbows, hand, wrist, foot, ankle, shoulder, spine. They got it all. PT, OT, they do it all. And pediatrics. Drew sees Dr. Brad Collada over there. So Brock, they're the best. And of course, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Thanksgiving week, but we are working, y'all. So holler at us. HudcoRoofing.com. You, a family member, a friend, if you know somebody who still needs their roof looked at, still needs their roof replaced post-Ida, give us a shout. We can get there more quickly. We have materials. We have crews ready to roll. So give us a shout. HudcoRoofing.com. Kevin Abear, Billy Burtoneer. Should we switch to Hill and try to spark this offense? If he's healthy, I'd be okay with it if he's healthy. But, I mean, he went from the concussion to the foot injury. Matt Godwin, I'm calling it now. We beat A&M this weekend. I was surprised, Matt, to see the line 6.5, whatever it was. And you know what? I'm going to clarify with Hanny. Because Craig Dugas said, speak it English, I'm not pushing it. I don't think he said speaking in English. I think he was saying speak it English. He was doing like the accented thing. That's like speak it English. I think that's what he was doing. I'm not positive. But I'll ask. DeJuan Foster, good morning. Jason Austin must have way too much trust in Woodward. Feel he's going to snag a whale like Dabo. Stoops and O'Brien would be a massive letdown. Yeah. By the way, I don't think it's going to be either one of those. But I do believe that that's Sexton pushing his guys. I do. I think that's what that is. James Dean, morning, Scone. Any word on LSU starting pitchers? Yeah, Fontenot's in the rotation. Raiselman, I think, is going to be in there. I think they got to decide the next one. Is it Javen Coleman? Is it Ty Floyd? And then there's another kid. I was talking to someone yesterday about this. Forgive me. I don't know his name offhand. It is a Cajun spelling last name. Kid from the Lafayette area who was committed to A&M, and it actually ended up, the roster's not listed. Okay, never mind. Oh well. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, y'all. I'll tell you his name. Out of the Lafayette area, he's a walk-on. But he sits 92, touches 96, like big arm, but only at LSU can get a kid like that to walk on. But it was going to be actually cheaper for him to come on LSU on tops instead of go to A&M with whatever percent of, scholarship he was going to get. So that's a guy that maybe like a midweek guy to begin the season might fight for a rotational spot. Shane Laird, looks like Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll are done in Seattle based on the team is playing. Saints would have a shot, man. I believe that. In an alternate reality, we beat A&M, players carry it off the field. Yeah. To staying, Sunshine Pumpers rejoice. Yeah, that's not happening. Jeff Swilly, does the Florida job speed up LSU hire coach? No, I don't think it changes the pace at all. Kiffin at Florida is dangerous. I would agree. Brandon Atchison, Matt, have you given any more thought to doing something on Sundays to recap baseball this season? Stoked to watch these guys again after seeing them last week. Maybe, Brandon. I wouldn't be opposed to a Sunday series recap stream, kind of the whiskey and wine variety, but a baseball deal. I don't know that I'd do that with T-Bob. No disrespect to T-Bob, I love him. I just know he's not going to be locked into 3 baseball games every weekend. Maybe I'll talk to Hunt about doing that. We'll see. Hey, Robert Anderson. Good morning. Enjoying my week on vacation. Good for you, man. Get some downtime. Jared Blanchard. If El Charles O'Brien, can we not call him Coach O for PTSD purposes? Yes. That's fine. Richie Bird boot up tonight. Yeah, man. Basketball Tigers at Belmont tonight. This is a big one, y'all. Belmont's a really good mid-major. This is a big-time net ranking opportunity. This is a step up in competition, similar to Liberty last week. Big opportunity, man. If you're hanging around with nothing to do tonight, y'all get out to the Maravich Center. If LSU goes to a bowl, what bowl would it be? Kirk, it could be the Birmingham Bowl, the Gasparilla Bowl, or maybe the Texas Bowl. Craig Duga. Okay, Craig. Craig, you're right. It's time.
When you need a roof, call someone you know. Scone, Ontario.
All you need is Hudco.
Call Hudco Roofing. 364-1007.
Ask and you shall receive. Robbie Case Basketball School. Craig Dugai, you and T-Bob need a companion show. They won't let us. Part of the new contract guarantee as with the LSU Sports Radio Network is no companion shows. So that is why there are no companion shows anymore. I'm wondering if I could just do it on my own personal page, because they really don't regulate that. I could ask, but I really don't care what LSU thinks. I just care about what I don't want to get guaranteed in trouble. But I'd be down. Saints cost me $500 with Steven. If you bet $500 on the Saints yesterday, that's on you, brother. That was not smart. Given all the injuries, how could you possibly think they were going to win that game? Slattery McCollum. Good morning. Ben Guillot had to Baton Rouge on vacation. All right, man. Looking to get wife's Christmas shopping done. There you go, man. Enjoy it, Ben. Stuart Boudreau got here just in time for the jingle. Living Lambo, enjoy Scone and T. Your different personalities and opinions make for a great listen. Keep it going. Thank you, Living Lambo. Appreciate that. Eric Campbell, the latest on Sark at Texas with another blunder at West Virginia. They've had a rough go, man. I think Sark will be fine there. I think he'll recruit well there, but man. Let's see. Baby Pluto, why is Mike D no longer on AFR? One of my favorite segments, too. Mike took a full-time radio job, and it overlaps with my show. So, Eric, what's the plan for Scone and T after the... Oh, we just did that one. Bob Champagne, one from New Jersey. LSU coaching negotiations and Thanksgiving. Oh, I did that one already. So I'm done. We're done. And then someone just asked about Cristobal again. No, nobody has mentioned Mario Cristobal to me at all. Robbie White, Saints won me $500. Thanks, Steve. All right, y'all. Reagan Lee, if you had to make a bet who the next coach is, not doing it. Because I don't know. I do not know who ultimately it is. And if I say a name right now, you all will hold me to it. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know who it's going to be. I'm telling you the pecking order, what I believe to be the pecking order right now. I'm giving you every bit of information I have that I'm willing to say publicly. So, I guess there's other ways I could do it. I could just shrug my shoulders and give you absolutely nothing, or I can kind of, tell you where my understanding is where things stand and how this process has gone. So that's what I've chosen to do, and hopefully you all appreciate that, and that's what it is. So, all right, y'all, we're done. Do me a favor, 90 watching there on YouTube, smash that like button. Only 34 likes. Please smash the like button. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Appreciate that greatly. Facebook, please like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. Remember, Brock also tagged in the Facebook page. BRortho.com. Schedule your appointments right there inside the Surgical Specialty Center. on Blue Bond in Baton Rouge. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go get a little Locked on LSU done. A Scone and tea a bit later this morning as well. And y'all have a great Monday. AFR at 3, we are a regular week. Only day we're taking off this week is Thursday, so on Thanksgiving. So we've got a regular week otherwise. So, okay, we'll see y'all there. Peace.